So, hello everyone. So, let's talk about this problem, maximum and value. Problem given an array ARR of n positive elements. The task is to find the maximum and value generated by n pair ARRI, ARRJ such that I is not equal to j. Okay. So, the first approach. So, let's see the first approach. If we are given an array, suppose this is the array. If we are given an array of 4, size of 4 and is equal to 4, so how can we find the maximum and value? So the naive approach is basically, if we are given an array of 8, 9, 12, 16, we perform AND operation with everyone so that we can get maximum and value. So for this approach, the maximum time complexity of this approach is n square. Why n square? Because we are putting two for loops for calculating AND operation with every pair of the array, and space complexity would be big of 1. We are just calculating AND value for every pair, so there is no space complexity. So this is the naive approach. So how can we perform um, optimum approach for this solution? So first of all, we have this is a question about bit bit masking, bit manipulation. So let's see how can we do this question in big of n time. This is our time complexity. So let's see. We have to find, first of all, we have to find maximum value for the given array, maximum and value. So we have to find maximum value. So how to find maximum value? So basically, uh, suppose we take a number 4 and let's suppose take a number 8 and 12. So if we do AND, what we get? We get 100, the AND value. So we note that, let's suppose 0 1 1 0. So if we perform AND, 0 will get 0, 0 1 will get also 0, 1 1 which is set only be the set value. So we got maximum value 8 from this if we have performed AND operation between these two numbers. So what it gonna look like if we are having suppose having a general number, suppose let's see 0 0 0 1 0 0. So if we are performing AND operation with 8, what will it returns the value? The 8 value is 100. If we do AND, it will return the same value as we are suppose this is called as pattern, so it will return the same pattern if we are doing AND with 8. And again, if we are doing same taking same pattern and doing AND operation with other value, let's say 12, it also gonna return same value as a pattern. This is pattern. So from this general case, we generalize that we have to make a pattern so that we can get two pair which returning two or more, we can say two or more pair which return the the value of same pattern same pattern. Okay, so let's see how it will work. Suppose here over what is n is 10 raised to power 15, so we can say there are 16 bits. So let's see, we are given as 16 bit, so 10 raised to 5 we are taking 16 bit integer. So how we gonna make our pattern? First of all, we have to take this. So how we can make pattern? So we make pattern by shifting 1. Suppose there are n zeros, so we gonna make pattern by shifting 1 left side, or we shift 1 right side. This is a right shifting and this is for left shifting. Okay, so these are the two ways we are going to make pattern. So which we have to take, this one or this one? We have to take this one pattern. We have to right shift 1. So let's see. So first of all, we have to make a for loop having value 16 till bits is greater than equal to 0 and bits minus minus. So how will this gonna look like? This will be look like, first of all we have to make pattern. So suppose we calling this pattern, this should be integer pattern. Let's make int pattern, and there should be integer which store our answer, which is reserve, and there is one value. Suppose let's say we are taking a counter. Yeah, we have to basically count the value, so we take counter. Yeah, counter. So let's see how this will work. So first of all we have to make pattern. So what we can do, we run a for loop. Basically this comes declaring the value which is come outside the loop. Let's make a for loop having bits is equal to 16, where bits is less than, where bits is greater than equal to 16, bits minus minus, bit minus minus. So let's see how to make pattern. So pattern will be equal to, pattern will be equal to reserve or operation. We have to left shift over 1 by how many bits? Suppose this is 16, so we have to left shift by 16, and our reserve should be equal to 0. This if we don't put result is not equal to 0, then it will give some random value that's we don't want to make. So this is our pattern. So how we find two pairs which are having, which will give uh, value which is equal to pattern? So we make a function and pass this pattern along with array and its size, along with array with its size. Okay, size. So this function will return our integer which is count, which is our counter. Okay, so this counter will represent how many pairs, how let's write it with that. That's how many pair we have. We have making same pattern. So if our counter is greater than 1, so for making AND operation we need two values, one value and two value. So we can't perform AND operation between one value, so we need two values or two or more values. So for that we are taking greater than 1. So if we are returning this, then our answer, that is reserve, this is our answer variable. So our reserve should be equal to reserve, which is equal to, then we set this bit to this is not 16, this is a bits, this is equal to bits, this is also equal to bits. Then our reserve, now we set that bit. We can also try run this code, how this code looks like. So let's see. Else we gonna pass on, else we gotta pass on. We does not set our reserve bit, because we does not get any two variables which gonna return our pattern. Simple. So this is a code look like, whole code look like. So this code is having a time complexity of big O 32, and the function, let's see function, how to make a function which will return our counter. So let's see function. So our function will gonna look like this. It is an integer type function which take pattern, int pattern, int array, int star array, int size. Okay, so now we got a pattern, we have an array, we have a size. So first of all we make our counter variable which counts the uh, number of pair, number of not pair, basically number of values which will return our pattern. So let's say our count is equal to 0 initially. Now we will run a loop, I is equal to 0 till size -1. Okay, so we take, if our pattern is equal to pattern ampersand arr I. Simple. We have to perform AND operation between our pattern, as we can see here. Yeah, this is our pattern, this is our pattern. So we have to perform AND operation with our array value, so that if we having in return we are having a value which is equal to our pattern, then we will say yeah, this is a correct value which will return our answer. So if our pattern is equal to this AND operation, then we will increase our counter by 1. So basically we found one element which will gonna set a value in our pattern, set a bit in our pattern. So this is our function, and at the end return count. Simple. So what is this complexity? This is having a complexity of big of n. So the total complexity we can see, let me increase the whiteboard. let's see. Yeah, it is visible now. So if we gonna look like our complexity will be big of 32 plus big of n. So it will give us big of n because it is a linear time. So this is our time complexity with a space of big of 1. So our TC will be big of n and our space complexity is also big of 1. Same. So let's code this. First of all, we have to declare three variables, which is our having pattern integer reserve value, which hold our answer, making pattern, and our counter variable, and our reserve should be equal to 0, so count the number of value which will return, which will equal to, not return, equal to our pattern. Simple. Now for this we have to run a loop and res our answer, so return res. So let's make for loop for int bits is equal to 0, not 0. We have to run it from right to left, so it will be equal to 60. Bits should be greater than equal to 0 and bits plus plus. Simple. Okay, after that we have to make our pattern. So how we gonna make our pattern? Taking pattern and performing AND operation with our reserve, which is our answer. So performing AND operation with our reserve, so it will give us like 1 right shift bits. Okay, after that we have to pass it and storing the answer in counter. Let's suppose it is a function. We are passing our pattern, our array, and size, which is n. Now let's make a function in private. And function integer pattern integer star I have put int our array star array int size. So first of all we have to make a counter variable to keep count of number of digits we will find. Now run a for loop. Int I is equal to 0, I less than size I plus plus. Simple. Now we have to check whether the number will is equal to our pattern or not. So pattern is equal to, we perform AND operation with our pattern, which is give us like pattern ampersand arr I. Simple. If it is equal, we increase our counter, and at the end we return our counter. Simple. Now comes to here, we will check if our counter return to our maximum value or not. If it is returning to our maximum value, then we will set our bit in reverse. So reverse reserve, basically it is reserve, is equal to and of reserve. Basically it is equal to our pattern, PATTER pattern. So reserve is equal to pattern. Simple. And at the end we are we are returning our result. So let's see. It's taking some time. I less than equal to 0, I plus 1. Yeah, it is right. Bits 16, time limit exceed. Yeah. So yep, here we do a mistake. We have to bits minus minus so that it can reach 0. Yep, we are getting our result. Let's submit it. Yep, it is submitted. So let's try run this code, how this code look like. Let's clear this. Let me wait a minute. Yep, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's try run this code. So this is our code. So let's try run this quickly. So this is our main function. This is our main function. So let's see how this we have. We take our pattern. Pattern pattern which is initially not declared. We having a result which is equal to 0 and our counter which is not initialized. So let's see. So taking a loop, suppose we are, for this test case, we are, our bits is equal to 4 for this test case for simplicity. So our bit is equal to 4. So our, how our patterns look like, pattern is initially not declared, so we are declaring our pattern. So this is reserve which is equal to 0. We are performing AND operation, shifting bit, shifting 1, right shift 4 bit. So this is gonna look like this, 1000, performing our operation with our pattern result result. Sorry, this is our result. So this looks like something this. So our patterns will be 1000. So this is our pattern. So now we pass our pattern to a function. So now our pattern, now we have to check whether how many numbers giving this bit, basically how many numbers is setting this bit. So for that we are performing AND operation. So in this we are, since it is here, we can see there is only one number which is setting this bit. So our counter will be equal to 1. This is our function will return our counter which is 1. So we will check our counter which is greater than equal to 2. So no, it is not. So we are not uh, putting our result is equal to pattern. Now let's change our pattern. Now our pattern 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 will be our result is equal to 0, which is already not set. Now we are left shifting bit minus minus. Now bits come to 3. Now we are left shift our one bit by 3. 100, performing OR operation with the result. So it will result gives us this 100, and this is equal to 0. So now we perform. Now this pattern will be passed to a function. After that we perform AND operation with the elements of array. So how many elements will give this bit which is equal to set. So we perform AND operation. Suppose we are performing AND operation with 4, which is 0100 and 0010. So this is not our pattern. As we can see, our pattern is this is our pattern. So this is not our pattern. So let's change. Now we are performing AND operation with 80100. So now we are going AND operation. We do AND operation 0100. Yeah, this will return our pattern. So we will increase our counter by 1. Let's change it again. Now we perform AND operation with 12, which is 0110, which is 0010. Yeah, this is also returning our pattern. So we will increase our counter, which is equal to 2, which is equal to 2. Now our counter is equal to 2. So let's check with 12, 16, 1000. Nope, this is not gonna return our pattern. It will gonna 0000. So we return counter which is equal to 2. Now we check this. Yep, our counter is greater than 1. So we put result is equal to pattern. So what is our pattern? Our pattern is 0100. 0100. So our now result will be look like 0100. So for the last loop we perform AND operation again. So our bits tends to 3, tends to 2. Let's again change our pattern. How our pattern gonna look like? So our result is 0100 and right shifting 1 by 2. So it is look like this. So we perform AND operation OR operation again. So this is 1, this is 0, this is 1, this is also 1, this is 0. So our new pattern it's look like this 0110. So let's check. So our new pattern will be 0100. Let's, this is our pattern. Let's do AND operation with our array elements 0010. It will return 0, it will return 1, it will 00. This is our not pattern. So we again rub it, again perform AND operation 0100. It will give 100. This is not equal to pattern. So again we will erase it. Again we perform AND operation with 12 01. Yep, it is giving our pattern. 0 1 1 0. Yep, it is equal to pattern. So let's put our counter is equal to 1. Let's check another another element, last element of the array, which is 16 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 1. It is not equal to pattern, so we will return our counter which is equal to 1. So our counter is not greater than 1, so we will not putting this pattern into our answer, so we will return our answer which is result equal to 0 1 0 0, so which is represent as 8 in decimal. So our answer is also 8, as you can see above. Yeah, our answer is equal to 8. So thank you.